Hello! Welcome to Buckets and Bubbles, transfer deadline special. Don't go to bed just yet.
Yeah, don't go to bed, DG.
That's a Leeds reference, you can all go to bed because nothing's happened. Certainly nothing for Leeds anyway. I will cover Leeds really briefly for you, Mike, because quite frankly, I'm sick of it. They did most of their business earlier on, that's fine. Got a goalkeeper in. We got a couple of. We strengthened the defence. We brought some height in. Fine. We got 2 strikers in who, if they can keep fit, but it's a big gamble, will be absolutely fine. We've also brought Okafor in from AC Milan. Again, little bit of an injury situation with him. Got a bit of history with that. If they could keep him fit. Ifs, ands. We've let a lot of players go out. Razmazani's been sent out. And the fact that they brought nobody else in means that was a very, very, very bad decision. But anyway, who am I to question? The 49ers, who obviously own Leeds, said that they wouldn't rest. They would spend every penny they were allowed to spend. They would bring in this, that and the other, and they've not done it. So they've if we can't compete, because that's what Farker has been very honest, that he thought we needed a couple of attackers in to compete after this international window, and we haven't brought them in. So if we are down there, it is purely down to the management of the club, and quite frankly, they promised that they would do something. They haven't done it, although they might argue that they have. But, it's like, come on, guys. What? Because it will be their fault. Yeah. If we will be down there, we will be round about. And then the attention turns to January. But what's happened in these last few days, actually, I'll just get this rant over with. What's happened in this last few days is we've had a constant rumour mill of tries. Oh, we tried to do this, we tried to do that. We tried to get Harry Wilson in from Fulham. We tried, to get the striker in from Fulham earlier on. We tried to get so-and-so in. We tried to get the guy in from Brighton, and he ended up going to Chelsea. We tried. Well, tried's not good enough, because Sunderland tried and they got their players in that they wanted. Yeah. So this is on them as far as I'm concerned, and I hope they prove me wrong. What about West Ham?
Exactly the same. So, like a lot of the things that you'd say, like the whole "we tried" is a David Sullivan. That'll be on his grave. Here lies David Sullivan, pornographer. We tried. It'll only be a little one, so. Because it's only that big.
Only be a little
plot. Yeah, just a shoebox.
A little shoebox. Yeah.
I don't wish him ill. I don't wish him ill.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. I'm just making fun of the fact that it's something he says a lot, so it will likely be something he's quoted up, and he is a little man with a big Russian hat.
It's annoying, though, isn't it? Because, we're in the same boat here to some degree. Yeah. And you sort of go, well, you can say you tried with anyone. You could say, we tried for Alexander Isak. We tried. Yeah. Well, you can try all you like, but it's never going to happen.
I mean, the thing is, there's like, I forget what the exact player's name was, but we tried to sign somebody from Lisbon, from Sporting. And this is where the kind of like where we tried kind of really like got legs with the West Ham fans, is he published the email he'd sent for the initial bid and said, look, we tried. And the email was, here, let us sign your player for half these value. I'm doing Mockney because he is a Mockney.
I've got that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, he's Welsh, David Sullivan. I mean, I have room to talk. I'm a Yorkshireman and support West Ham, so I can't really comment on that. But, yeah, he's, whatever. So, like, and if you don't do it, we're going to go sign this other player from Chelsea on loan. And it's just like, what is that? That's no way to negotiate. And that's what's permeated through every transfer window until last year, when we had an actual person whose job it was to sign players and do negotiating. And we signed, and, you can criticise Tim Stuyton for the players he signed and the cost. That's part of his job, and that's part of the criticism a sporting director should get. But the fact is that he had a budget. He went out and he did the deal, and he got every player he wanted. Whether he overpaid or not is a different thing. Whether they worked out is a different thing. And he did it early. There's no last minute chance to sign Igor from Brighton when we should have been after that Creswell kid from Toulouse. You know, the
Creswell kid that we let go because we didn't think he was good enough.
Yeah, and he's now, you know, absolutely tearing it up on the international stage and in the French league. And 13 million quid was the asking price. We've just sold our centre back Nath Agurd for 20. We had the money.
Just spend the money.
Yeah, loan with an obligation, a concrete obligation, as one of the West Ham channel, West Ham network, how they put it, a very damp loan. You know, it's moister than a good bit of buttered toast kind of thing. Do one of those.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Yeah. This is, you know, something like that. If you're that bothered about PSR, stick a loan with an obligation.
But what I will say is, I think that's been our downfall. I think, you know, our owner or chairman, Parag, I'm not going to do his American accent. I'm not going to subject anybody to that. But, you know, he was like, player contracts is what I do. He's going, you know, with the 49ers and whatever. This is my ballpark. This is what I do. I do it. It's like, where?
Do it then.
Yeah. Because it looks like what we've tried to do is exactly what you've just said. We've gone for loans and we put loans with obligations or loans with, you know, whatever. And everybody's just said, no, bugger off.
Yeah, because everybody else, like the clubs you're approaching, have got the same PSR issues and they need cash flow. So they're like, I'm not going to accept a loan because I need the cash to balance my balance sheet. And everybody who's trying to buy, unless you are one of the big, massive clubs, that's the only thing you can really do is you might be able to, you know, over 5 years, whatever it is, like how we've done a couple of the deals. But it's not been lots of money. We've not gone out and spent, you know, 120 million quid like we did last year.
Yeah, and don't treat us like idiots. It's like, that's fine. So then if that is the case that we are so hamstrung that we can't put the money out, tell us. Don't say, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Because that's what we're going to hear. We did our business early. We got the strikers in that we wanted. We would have liked to have had an icing on the cake, but we couldn't get it over the line. It's like that. You know, it's the same old rhetoric. Yeah. It's balls.
Yeah, it's like your boss at work. You know, when it comes to bonuses, and he pulls up in his nice new BM5 M5 or whatever. Oh, I'm afraid bonuses are down 25% this year. We really tried with negotiating with the board. Yeah, negotiated for yourself, didn't you? You got yours.
Yeah, got yourself a new Tesla, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right to have a profit on your Excel spreadsheet, but a successful football club is one that signs the players they need to sign, has the right manager who is there to progress the football club forward, is not there to steady the ship and maintain. That's not the idea of sport. Sport isn't treading water. It's about being the best in as you can possibly imagine you can be. And every single one of them is just terrible at that bit. Brighton, like Bournemouth, you know, those kind of who have spent their entire 100-year legacy, their 100-year history in Division 3.
Yeah.
They can come to Premier League and they should be able to come toe-to-toe with Liverpool and win a game. That's the whole point of it. And that's what the Premier League should be about. It's not about bringing in David Moyes and playing for 12th. It's just and signing, you know, players because they're cheap or they're free or they're on loan.
Though, isn't it? I mean, it is. It's bringing in. It's not even playing for 12th. It's playing for 17th.
Yeah. When in actual fact, you look at the ins and outs. You look at like we've saved something like 700 grand on players a week going out the door, and we've obviously signed, so that's maybe down to 400 now. But we're 400 grand a week better off than what we were last year. That's 20 million quid over a season. That's Creswell. Without selling a gird. Do you know what I mean? That's the money for Creswell. Where's this money going? This is the thing. Who's pocketing that? Because it's not the club. It's not the squad finances. It's not the stadium needs repairing. We don't own it. You know, what we need to do, if they come the end of the season, they go, we didn't sign these players because that money we've earmarked to update our training facilities, I'd go, fair enough. But it's not. It's updating the yacht that they're all going to summer on. Do you know what I mean? It's exactly where it's gone.
You know what? My sensible head here, just for a moment, is it also something to do with the? And certainly, I think it is for Leeds. Is that I think that possibly our hierarchy have been surprised about the fact that they haven't been able to attract the players. because I do believe that they've gone out there and tried to get them, but I think they've gone out and tried to get players that were never going to come. As soon as anybody, with any other leverage within the league, that even a Brentford or whatever, and what. Historically, you mentioned, I just used Brentford because you mentioned them. But
yeah, sorry, Brentford, I keep slagging you off.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not slagging them off, but I don't think there's any doubt we're a bigger club than Brentford.
Yeah, 100%.
But Brentford are in the Premier League. They are solid in the Premier League at the moment. And so, of course, a player who is going, well, I don't care what Leeds did in the 70s. I couldn't care less. But I know that Brentford have been in for 5 years and they play some good football. I'm going to go there instead. And I think that's just surprised the ownership a little bit.
They probably had the experience of being able to sign those players last year at a championship level, because Leeds, to a championship or a League One player or a League 2 or whatever, if they're coming in from abroad, it's massive to come to one of the biggest clubs in the championship. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. That's but then transfer that into Premier League and it's
a different calibre of player, different kettle of fish.
Yeah. I could talk about it for an hour.
Yeah, But we're not going to do because we can't be asked.
Yeah, and also,
frankly,
we need subscribers. Yeah. And who's going to listen to it? Yeah,
nobody. Give me a minute on why West Ham are the. We've got to do a minute. Give me a minute on why West Ham are going to be relegated.
West Ham are going to be relegated because it's about time. This is the longest period we've spent in the top flight of football without being relegated. So it's about time, pretty much. It took 10 seconds. There you go. I think pretty much in the last episode, I spoke a little bit about the lack of leadership in West Ham at the moment. And I think that comes from the head coach, manager. We don't even know whether he is a manager or a head coach. I suspect he's somewhere in the middle. And that ambiguity is part of the reason why I think there's a massive chance that we could get relegated, because there isn't the hierarchy there. Do you know what I mean? There isn't a proper structure. It doesn't feel like there's anything solid in that management team. There isn't any leaders in the squad. There's leaders when you kind of look at Fulkrug or you look at Jared Bowen as a captain, and you kind of go, yeah, on paper that should make sense, but then in reality it's just not there. I've gone over a minute. There you go. No leaders.
Okay. So yeah. But I mean, you're not going to survive without leadership, are you?
Exactly. We are a bag of shit.
Doomed.
I tell you one thing though, Callum Wilson, just to add another 10 seconds onto my minute, Callum Wilson, I think, from all the, when they do the behind the scenes, so-and-so's first day and all that kind of stuff, he's the first player who greets them every single time. And he's like proper big smile on his face. All right, welcome. He's been here 2 minutes and he's already much more influential for these players coming through the door, and much more than I think any of the others on the pitch are. And I think that says a lot.
Others don't give a shit.
Yeah. And he's just, he's the guy who's like, welcome to West Ham. And I love it. I love that for him and I love that for us. But I just wish it was somebody else. Give me a minute on what you're going to do in January, if anything.
Classically, we won't do anything in January because we never do anything in January. Apart from, Leeds fans will say we did bring Rafinha in January, and that was a hell of a success. But I could name another 20 that weren't a success. Not going to, but ones we're still paying, I believe. Still paying their wages, I believe. And one particular one that we had an obligation to buy, he was an absolute donkey, and we still ended up having to pay 18 million quid for him, and he never played. Or he played a little bit. Anyway, so what we're going to do in January, we're obviously going to bring in a number 10, really good number 10. We're going to probably bring in another. Well, we won't need to bring in another striker because our two strikers that are injury prone are just going to knock in 10 goals each. That'll do for me. I'm not asking for much. 10 goals each, and we'll bring in a number 10 and maybe another winger. So that'll be in January. We'll spend 200 million and we'll be done.
Well done.
Thanks.
Almost sounds like you believed it.
No.
Yeah, I'm saying we never do business in January.
Nope. I don't think anybody does, do they?
Unless
and then we'll be hamstrung by PSR next year, so we won't be able to do anything next summer.
Yeah.
Assuming we stay up, which who knows?
Who else is in the league then? So who came up with you? Burnley,
Sunderland.
Sunderland will stay up. Burnley will go down.
They probably will. Burnley will struggle, I think.
Yeah.
Although, the mighty Manchester United got a hell of a win, 3-2 against the mighty Burnley.
Generational. The people who were in that stadium that day will talk about that to their grandkids.
Yeah.
I were there when we beat Burnley. Bruno Fernandes got the winner.
I do think, to be fair though, I think the bottom of the league, I don't think the top of the league is going to be particularly competitive. I think Liverpool, with the business that they've just done today, I think that's done.
Yeah.
I think the bottom of the league will be quite competitive.
I think it always is. I think it's the thing which always goes to the end of the season, isn't it? I mean, last couple of seasons it's maybe not, but traditionally, I think the top of the league has always been, Man United or Man City, Liverpool. Bottom of the league is generally where it's been more interesting.
I think there'll be a few down there. I think we will, Sunderland will, Burnley will.
I think we will. To be fair, I think we'll be in seriously. I think we'll be in and around there.
Wolves certainly will.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Aston Villa at the minute. They don't look great.
I've just heard it from a Villa fan I know that Emery might walk.
No,
and I
hate this. I hate it when they say might. I'm talking to a Manchester United fan saying that he might walk.
Yeah,
he's not going to walk away from 6 million or whatever. It just isn't. No, he's got integrity. I'm sure he has, but I'm sure he'd rather have the 6 million.
Yeah.
Who's the first one to be going for Jose Mourinho out of Leeds? And if I'd backed any of the bottom clubs, who do you think? Or Sean Dyche? Don't mind, whichever.
See, Sean Dyche. That's who I think we will get. Seriously, if we get rid of Potter, it'll be Sean Dyche.
How quickly do you think that'll happen?
I think he's already got a contract sat in front of him. I think Sullivan's that imaginative.
You're feeling quite optimistic about the season after a decent 3-0 win. We've got 4 points from the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Feeling, and then you just get kicked in the teeth. You just go, ugh, what's the point?
Yeah, you just remember who's in charge and you just go, oh yeah, it's him, innit?
Yeah.
I'm a West Ham fan because of my granddad. My granddad is from Newham, was born, proper East End within the sound of Bow Bells and all that.
You don't have to justify yourself, Mike.
Well, it kind of, I was going to say something then, but there's, I forgot what it is. But David Gold is the same, he's proper East End. And when my granddad died, Twitter was an all right place to be. It was early days of Twitter. And I remember tweeting David Gold and saying, my granddad who used to play for West Ham as a young boy when he was brought up in the Bernardo zone round the corner, used to clean the boots of all the players in the 20s. Not the players weren't in their 20s, it was the 1920s. At Upton, they used to, stand and sit at the edge of the pitch. All the Bernardo's boys, all that kind of stuff. Here's a pitch, blah, blah, blah. As you do, just kind of reach out to somebody for a club. I knew my every Saturday watching Grandstand with him and all that kind of stuff, watching the FA Cup final and all that with him. It's just nice to share that with somebody at the club. And bless him, David Gold, sent back a really nice message. Do you know what I mean? It were really good. Do you know what I mean? He's somebody who shared a business interest with David Gold, and then I think wants to be. I think he's played Football Manager too much because he did the same at Birmingham. Wanted to be in charge. Wanted to pick the team. He's like that geezer at Oldham, and it's just everybody hates him. And Sullivan though, get him out.
Where you finishing?
Is that what you asked me? And I've talked about that for 7 minutes.
No,
or something.
I'm just asking you now. Where are you finishing?
I genuinely, based on 10 minutes and within that space of 4 games, including the cup game, if that carries on for the season where we do 3 league games and we end up with 3 points,
it's enough.
Yeah, I suppose because it's not been you've not needed much recently, have you, to go down?
39
to stay
points. Up. How many games is there? It's
38.
something like that.
Yeah, so 38.
38 points.
38.
I think that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Think. I agree. I think that's where we'll be. That sort of points tally.
Yeah.
I am worried though. I'm more worried than I was before when I thought they were going to pull something out of the bag. They were going to bring in a number 10 or some creativity, but they haven't. So I'm worried now. I'm worried. More worried than I was. Right. I'll see you after the first round of international games.
Yeah. Are we? We're definitely going to do one. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sorry, I'm just adjusting my chair. Cut that bit out. Bowen's, Thomas Frank's seen the light and brought Bowen back in, so that's the only reason I'd give a shit is when a West Ham player is playing.
Do you know what? I don't even know who's in the squad. I don't care. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah. Don't forget, like and subscribe, please. It really helps us out if anybody watches it other than me and Lee, just to make sure it looks all right. But yeah, adios. It's a real slick ending, that, isn't it?